Next up, we have Heave Ho by Conrad Old Money featuring Frost and Xerxes from the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're gonna use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream, the gaming channel, how to request song, join the Discord server. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitared, so please keep that in mind. And I forgot to do the map thing again. It's Saturday, dude. It's Saturday, okay? I forget things. Anyway, with that, let's do this. Heave ho. Let's go. Okay, so before the song starts, we start with three main components. One is going to be this static white noise synth playing a little bit higher up, and then we have a bass giving us a initial bass line slash riff. So a riff is going to be a motif being the smallest version of a musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from, put through an ostinato. Ostinato means that you're just repeating the same thing over and over, and then you play this on a guitar or a bass or a synth or something like that, one of the contemporary band instruments. So we're having these three playing, then we bring, of course, the drums playing a little bit of a fill. Let's see where this goes.
I'm just an angry old vet. I'm aiming straight for your head. Ain't got no reason speaking to you if we ain't breaking no bread. I got demons, I'm trying to erase all my blessings. Dealing with PSTD, anxiety, and depression.
Okay, so it turns out this is a song. On top of that, this is rapping, right? So we are now entering the realm of song. So songs, as opposed to instrumentals or pieces or tracks, songs will have lyrics, they will have vocals, and these lyrics and vocals will be the driving force behind the music for a substantial part of it, at least. Whereas instrumental music, you're going to have to start looking at, how are the melodies used, what the variations of these are. Gets a little bit more complicated. So what we had here, that initial riff, would have been our intro for the introduction. Now, we bring in the first vocals, we start our initial rap in what we're gonna call our first verse. So now if you listen to the riff, it went from a low end of the bass, kind of almost in the bass, to now being a little bit higher up. We have that riff playing in the world of rap. I think it's just called the beat, which is just the backing track or accompaniment. In this case, it's all the same thing. Let's see where this goes. So in the realm of song, you're going to have verses, you're going to have choruses. Those are going to be your two most commonly observed structures. Verse is going to be your foundational level of intensity. Things are going to be a little bit more held back. You're going to be using a lot of lyrics. You're going to be going through a lot of text. Your melodies are going to be a little bit more reserved because you're trying to go through a lot more text, whereas choruses are going to be your more climactic, higher end of the range. The way I see it is that your verse is going to be the ground floor, or the the floor, or the ground. Yeah. I just said that, the floor level, whereas your chorus is going to be the ceiling. So floor to ceiling kind of thing, with other things that can happen, like breaks, bridges, and other kind of stuff, to experiment a little bit more. So yeah, we're in first verse. Let's see where this goes.
Permanently, I'm damaged. Back when we met, I was manic. Niggas caught me lacking, was too busy chasing the dragon. On some bullshit, you convinced me. Your music ain't in cheap. Your latest disc is good as a frisbee. Ways wicked till they nail me to an iron cross. A nigga with lion paw.
Okay, so we are continuing with this, and yeah, I'm just going to ignore this as Cyberpunk 2077, of course it's going to have rap with that. So, we are also introducing another synth on the side that is a little bit more on the percussive end. It sounds more like TV static, a combination of TV static with like maybe hacking sounds or something like that. Let me just move my door a little bit. acting entirely as almost white noise. So, I know, Amir, I know, but soon. So yeah, let's see where this goes.
Balls, big dick, giant balls. Been wrestling with the thought of suicide, I'm lost. I get a lot of envy from
every once in a while. And by the way, right now we are also doing some rapping. Rapping is a form of Sprechstimme, which is something that Schoenberg coined, which is kind of like sing-speak. Rappers are not singing, they are rapping, but they're not speaking either. They're using this very weird middle ground, which is like we in the world of academic music we call it Sprechstimme, which is somewhere in between. Like the Sprechstimme, it has the end of the spectrum, which is more singing than speaking, and then there's rapping, which is more speaking than singing, but it's neither one of the other. Is this weird middle area that is in between. Of course, when it comes to rap, most of this comes down to the lyrics and the poetry that you have and the rhythm and everything. I believe they call it flow. Right, I believe they call it a flow. The flow of the rap, the flow in which the words happen, which is the poetry in motion kind of thing. So we're having that happening over here, which is what gives the verses in rap having a lot more motion for that, because the rest of the beat is pretty much just repeating on a loop. So you need to have an interesting intonation in your lyrics, which is a very difficult part of this kind of stuff. However, given that rap is also often overlaps with hip-hop, a lot of the artists that I've noticed end up relying a little bit more on the shock factor of things to allow for that flow, which is good. I would say it works. It works. Because then if you're just like... Yeah, try to make a rap song without swearing or slurs. Good luck, right? It becomes that much more difficult. It's not that it's not going to happen. It's just a lot more difficult. Because then you have to, well, write a clean poem and make it still sound, have a flow, right? So yeah, let's see where this goes.
the aura I give off. I'm the type to put my balls on your side, bro. Y'all be listening to music with your eyeballs. Go wild.
The synth on the other ear is slowly starting to shape into some chords. Slowly. It's still mostly static, but it's slowly starting to become more and more chords. Maybe can be. Okay, so we have changed things over here. Considering the intensity has increased, this is either our pre-chorus or the chorus, because I'm not too familiar with when it comes to rap. So this is going to be either pre-chorus or chorus number one. So the pre-chorus is going to be the middle ground between your verse and the chorus that smoothens the transition between the two. In this case, the static on that one ear, now it's just a full distorted guitar or synth playing some chords. We have we have gone from the lyrics being rapped to being sampled and used, that kind of stuff. We have the DJ disc scratching sound effect. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Depending on what happens next is... So we're repeating it? Oh, so it's not just sampled, and the glitching sound is the DJ scratch sound. How do you get this scratch sound? If you see a vinyl player, vinyl is with just I. It's the wrong way around. So vinyl player and swag. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. Welcome today. So as you can see, vinyl players, they have this little bit over here. Let me just open this image on the right. So the way that DJs used to be is that they would have vinyls playing, and they would have a set of multiple players, and it would basically be like a more fancy version of this kind of thing that you're playing multiple CDs at the same time. And the way you get the scratching sound is that, you know, the way a vinyl works. You have this thing over here with a needle, usually a glass needle, and then it reads the indentations in the vinyl itself, in the vinyl disc, and that gets transmitted through here onto the speaker, and that's how you get your audio translated from the physical to the speakers. Now, the scratching sound happens when you disrupt in any way the needle or the motion of the disc. So that the way that DJs would do it would be that they would put their hand very gently on the disc and then just move the disc back and forth. And that's how you get that sound. Of course, as time went on, the vinyl players were replaced with more dedicated, because vinyl players are extremely fragile, as are the needles and everything. The DJ sets, DJs started using their own setups with more dedicated vinyl players that were designed to have those scratching moments happen. So, and yes, Steiner, I think we'll see. So yeah, let's see where this goes, because we're still here.
Fucking nerds must have struck a nerve.
So that was the chorus. That was the chorus, and now we're back to verse number 2. Our verse number 2, very, very straightforward. I gotta say, a little bit underwhelming, the chorus over there, but I think it's just because I'm a melodically oriented musician, and I was expecting more melodies, but this is rap. You're not going to expect a melody-rich composition in rap. The point of rap is the rapping. So, yeah, like, I completely understand. To me, it's underwhelming, but I can see how in rap this would be fun and cool. So, yeah, let's see where this goes.
One of these little motherfucking thirst buckets learn. You ain't a killer, you just a baby gorilla. Fuck around and catch a shell like armadillo.
Yeah, this sounds more like a diss track than anything else. I know that diss tracks are a subgenre of rap. A diss track, which... this is how rappers fight it off. Like, instead of going around and beating each other up or you know, engaging in like gangster illegal activity, they just release songs or release tracks just shit talking each other. I find that part of the culture to be such a funny thing. I find it to be such a fun part of rap culture. Like, I'm not too familiar with it, but the diss track part, I find it to be completely, like, that's just such a... It reminds me of, you know, like sports entertainment wrestling kind of thing, like the WWE kind of thing, where, yeah, like, is the beef real? Is the beef not real? Does it really matter? It's entertaining for anybody. So yeah, plenty of harsh language over here. Of course, it's Cyberpunk, so it makes sense that that in these games, I know that CD Projekt Red, they want to make the worlds be as authentic as possible. So they're making music that would be authentic to the world that you were around. So yeah, let's see where this goes. The stream is 16 plus? Yes, absolutely.
Shots of 151 rum, nose powder, make the strippers come. Ho, white grams go for $60. Look.
So yeah, even though we are having the same beat as before for the verse, we are changing a little bit around the rhythm of the flow of the lyrics, and that is working as enough variation so that the track still gets picked up. Yes, I'm not gonna analyze the lyrics. I can't read. So let's see where this goes. Nice about it, nice. We're having a second vocalist. I just realized every once in a while comes a second layer of vocals, adding a little bit of extra, kind of like a doubling. Doubling is when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time. Adding a doubling to it, just so that we have a little bit of extra oomph to it, right? Let's see where it goes.
No more hunger pain. A nigga trying to eat like bodegas and delicatessens. Love killing backpackers with lack of direction. No one cares about your message, kicking knowledge from back to the
Alright.
Want my money on the double, want my money on the double, want my
Chorus number 2. So we change the line that we want now for the chorus, but it's the same overall musical idea. So it works. So considering the very straightforward and basic structure of this, chances are after this chorus we're gonna have either a break or a bridge. So a break would be only instruments. A bridge would be, you know how verses is the floor, chorus is the ceiling. The bridge would be the basement in terms of intensity. So let's see where this goes. Sounds like a reserve? Not really, no. And Bunny Key, welcome today. How you doing? What did it say? Before 2 years late. Okay, so we bring back the verse, the beat for the verse, but we are now using distorted versions of the vocals from before. So now this would count, I believe, as a break. We have something similar. The bridge would have brought down the intensity, and in this case, we're just using a different thing. It's not outro territory. I think we're gonna have one more chorus. And then the outro. That is my prediction, considering how straightforward. I mean, when it comes to rap, most of, from what I understand, most of the hard work when it comes to rap goes into the lyrics themselves. Like, that is, like, the beat and everything else is all, sometimes even an afterthought. Usually, it's going to be the lyrics that you're really trying to focus on. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Let's chat. Welcome back. So we're having those disc scratching, distorted voices. And instrumental version of the chorus. So it's technically verse chorus. So it's technically verse 3, chorus 3, but these are now instrumental. These are now instrumental. So it's basically breaks, and the outro is just bringing back. Don't tell me it fades out. Okay, we're fading away. No, it fades out. It fully fades out. That was disappointing. That was disappointing. That was so disappointing. I mean, I understand that rap doesn't, like, as I said, rap doesn't focus as much on the instrumental compositions of things. You have your beat for the verse, you have your beat for the chorus, or whatever the variation term is in rap, and that's it. And that's it. And then you just repeat it, and that's it. And yeah, there was a fade out. This is why I'm not into rap usually. Because again, I'm a melodically oriented musician. I want my melodies. I want my harmonies. I want my beautiful instrumentations. I want that sense of climax. That sense of gangsta that you get from rap is just not for me. Like, I understand that people will like this, you know, Cyberpunk, so it's going to have this kind of stuff, and a lot of people are going to like this. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. Structurally, super basic, straightforward. Super basic, straightforward stuff. Intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, but instrumental these times. And then versus outro, you fade it out. You don't even finish it. And, I think because we did the GD gangster rap, I was spoiled on the quality of rap, and I sometimes forget how, I'm gonna say, like, because it's not undercooked, because the production is really good. The craftsmanship here is really good. It's just the nature of rap that doesn't appeal to me. I'm just not the target audience for this. It's just not I'm just not the target audience for this. So yeah, there you have it. That was Heave Ho by Conrad Old Money featuring Frost and Xerxes from the Cyberpunk's 2077 soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here. musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're going to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it's the videos going up on the YouTube channel, the streams going live, updates, projects, whatever it is, it all gets announced there first. Of course, that's where we have the community, where we hang out, where we chat, we post memes, we steal them from other people's servers, claim them as our own. And of course, is where I host our Vintage Story server and all that good stuff. So join the community, become a member today of the community, linked in the description. Also share these videos with everybody that you know, with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that. Another reason to join the Discord, linked in the description. Musicians, artists on YouTube or otherwise. This is an open invitation. Let's work together. If you want any of my musical skills, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, or good old ooh, 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 ooh kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, let's make stuff, let's work together, let's make stuff, right? And if you're on the audience and you know somebody that could benefit, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone, please do not spam anyone, be cool about things, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So that is up to 1 week in advance. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. If you are on the live stream, you can go ahead and start requesting for the final round of the day. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. Another reason to join the Discord. So, if you live in Puerto Octay and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. Have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live during the main channel's after show. And then the recordings go there. Linked in the description, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G and you got it. And yeah. There you have it. Heave ho, Cyberpunk 2077. It had good stuff. It's just not for me. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.